Look around and you'll see Birmingham is not standing still. The city is on the move. The pace of progress in some places is seemingly faster than others. Railroad Park. 10 years ago, this was a parking lot, as was the popular entertainment district now known as Uptown near the BJCC. And Regents Field, home of the Birmingham Barons, like that Field of Dreams line, build it and they will come. They sure have come by the dozens. Apartments, condos, restaurants, breweries, galleries, and the like.
Some people might see that as the end-all be-all, but I see that as just the first stepping stone to make Birmingham a city that residents who live here will be proud of it. People who visit here will be surprised and want to come back and even stay.
Each step, I learned from Mayor William Bell, who I talked to during his recovery from knee surgery, is an important step in the process of moving Birmingham forward.
Those are catalysts that has attracted people to come back to the downtown area. Now we can move into those neighborhoods to encourage businesses like here in the Inslee area to grow and prosper.
It's what Inslee business owner Antonio Sperling is banking on. His law office and event space are located in the area that is sure to be part of the growth and prosperity to anchor the Inslee business district. The plan in Inslee begins with creating more green space, similar to what you currently see downtown at Railroad Park, in Avondale, and in Crestwood. The mayor says city investment to renovate those parks attracted people to come into Birmingham's park system. The mayor showed me plans they have drawn up to turn an entire city block into green space in Inslee as a catalyst.
We've been talking with organizations like the Bethel Inslee Action Task Force about building residential condominiums and townhomes around this area.
One purpose, one vision, one Pratt.
It's similar to what was presented to the people of Pratt City, where a lot of foundational work has been done to transform that area with those same catalysts. New home construction, parks, the library. It was built after the 2011 tornadoes. One Pratt already has a $6 million grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. For Mayor Bell, this vision for a new Birmingham going forward has to include a look back at Birmingham's rich history.
Our local residents may not be aware of, Birmingham has a positive image in terms of human rights and civil rights around the world. We're the cradle of the civil rights movement. What I'm trying to do is to capitalize on that from an economic standpoint.
That includes the pursuit of a UNESCO designation as a World Heritage Site, but also an effort to declare the Civil Rights District part of the National Historic Trust for Historic Preservation as the Birmingham Civil Rights National Historic Park.
The best way to bring in money, in my opinion, to a city that was struggling was through visitors coming in, tourism.
The money brought in from the hotel occupational tax has increased 13 to 14%. The mayor believes a World Heritage designation will bring in even more people, and with them, additional lodging taxes.
You will notice that there are about 3 or 4 new hotels that are under construction in Birmingham. That's because of the rise and increase in visitors.
The new intermodal facility, already under construction, is a key component to Birmingham being a city on the move for those who visit and for those who live here. It'll link Birmingham's MAX bus to train and interstate transit, similar to systems in New Orleans and Atlanta.
We're working on several other transportation initiatives, a dedicated right-of-way for bus service that will look like train sets that will move north to south.
The mayor pitched the transportation plan to a group at Rev Birmingham in August.
When we pull back the cover here just a little bit, what is it that you would want to see change most to move the city forward?
Just convincing people that we're better than what we think we are, to build a sense of hope, a can-do spirit.